So let's say that Mary, your mother, is sitting somewhere above us right now in the Holy Land. Was she a good Christian? Or?
Yes, very.
So we're bringing her spirit. We're bringing her spirit to where Saint Peter walked, you know, in those streets. So if she would need to tell a good story about her wonderful willing, so try to tell the story through her eyes. We are both storytellers, so let's play storytelling.
She would say, my son, the adventurer, when he left high school, he wanted to become a fur trapper in northern Canada. He knew nothing about it, but in his mind or in his heart, he had an attraction for that. We talked him into going to college. But he was a seeker. He was looking for something, and he wasn't always sure what it was. He knew he was looking for connection. And the connection that he could understand when he was young was the connection with a woman. And so he went down that path and found a woman, Susan, who he married, and there was a deep connection there. But he was looking for more connection, and that was not available. Interestingly, during that time, he started working with another man, and the two of them started the first environmental consulting firm in school in the world. And his partner, Dick Henry, was not a mountaineer like my son, but he was an adventurer in whitewater canoeing. When people still made their own kayaks, you couldn't buy them. And so they both understood this idea of adventure. And the lovely thing about my son's partner is that he wore his heart on his sleeve. He expressed his emotions all the time. And he allowed my son to express his emotions. He told me a story once, because as they worked together, they were both he was in his 30s and Dick was late 20s, and they were having a meeting about their business one day, and my son lighted up a cigarette, and Dick started crying. And my son asked him, I says, my God, why are you crying? And he said, you know, my mother just passed from cancer, and she was a smoker. And when I see you smoke, I think of losing you. And my son stopped smoking.
On the spot.
Yeah.
Because
So,
there was
a connection.
There was a connection and there was love.
Yes. And I think he learned later that whenever there is deep connection, it is the same as love. It is the same. So that's been his adventure. He looked for what he wanted in the mountains. He looked for what he wanted in the wilderness. And later on, he married Mary. And he told me that one of the reasons he married Mary is that he thought that Mary could nurture his spiritual growth.
And she did.
And she did. And she taught me something. She taught him something. Because I remember he mentioned this to me, is that like all couples, you have disagreements and why does he do that? Why does she do that? And I remember Mary said to him, whenever I upset you, it's giving you an opportunity to learn something about yourself. And just recently, he and Mary are reading something that talks about the second half of life being an opportunity for personal transformation that can best occur in the setting of a marriage, where there are two people, and that you begin to realize that all the things that each person does to the other person that might be aggravating is really God trying to wake you up.